Hi guys, today I'm going to go over the inspection criteria on the cylinder and how to measure between the piston and the cylinder clearance. I've got one little issue today that I'm trying to deal with is I used to be able to see what was in the line of my camera view from my phone, and GoPro has made a change to their program and I'm no longer able to do that. So I've got to try to manually keep you in view. I don't know what else to do, so it'll be hopefully I can keep you in view. If not, I'm sorry. It's a kind of a roadblock I'm running into right now. So we'll see. Anyway, on with the show here. We're going to go over the cylinder inspection. Now I've got two of them here. This is the one that came on the bike. This is the one that came from my spare engine. I did a preliminary I'm sorry, I had company here. As I said, I did a preliminary measurement on this earlier, a month or so ago, and decided that I thought I could get by with a standard piston in the one cylinder. So that's what I'm going to do. It'll be a little on the loose side, but I believe it'll still be in spec even after I hone it. Okay, this is the new standard piston, and Suzuki wants you to measure it right here where the red mark is. That's 0.9 of an inch down, so it's just almost an inch. That's where they want you to mic it. And I'm measuring 2.203. I come in with my bore gauge. See if I can get you in here. We're going to measure down here at the bottom, or right here at the top rather. Suzuki wants you to measure, let me go over that first, 3 places down and then 3 places at 90 degrees. So we're going to measure right at the top and then just above the exhaust port, and then again down here just below this where it sticks down here, right here. So right about in this area. Then we're going to do the same measurement 90 degrees from that along the other side. So we're looking for outer roundness. So the first thing is I'm already set up here for it. So we're going to measure right at the top. And at the top on this original cylinder, I'm looking at a little over 3 thousandths. Each number on this dial bore gauge is 1 thousandths. So it's set up for each one of them in the middle would be hundredths. Then we'll move down here to just below or above the exhaust port rather. And you always get washout or kind of around the ports. So there we're actually looking at about 3.3. Let's turn it over here and get our bottom measurement. And we're looking at about 2.9, 2.8, 2.9. And then we'll just go ahead and get our 90 degree one here on the bottom before we flip it back over. And that one's really good there, but see that denotes the egg shaping of the cylinder. So you're at 2.4. Now these measurements are bigger than the piston. Okay, there's about a 2.4, and then all the way to the top, there's about a 2.9. Okay, let's set that one aside. Still got our same measurements here, and we'll check out this other cylinder. Okay, there's a 2.2 at the top. And a 2.5 down by the exhaust port. And at our bottom measurement, got about a 2.5. And at 90 degrees, 2.2. There's a 2 and a 2.1. So you can see why I'm wanting to use this cylinder. In most cases, I've got almost a thousandths more bore here. So this will be somewhat tighter. I can bore it. I hate to. I've got what I've got, and I just hate to take life out of one. And you know, most of these bikes are not ridden that hard anymore. People just like to have them and kind of relive their childhood. They're not going to go out and thrash them like we used to. So this is where I'm at on this. I'll go ahead and hone this one so we can get the proper crosshatch in it for getting the rings seated. But I just wanted to go over the inspection criteria. Let me get this other one out of my way. In Suzuki, when you're doing your 6 measurement places, they want you to take the smallest measurement and the biggest measurement and subtract them. And if it's more than 2 thousandths, then you're out of round and you need to bore the cylinder. The other measurement, of course, is the one that we just did. Well, we just did both, really. We could understand by looking at the dial indicator how much out of round we are, and then the other thing, it's telling us what the piston to cylinder clearance is. So basically, for the I'd say for the most of the measurements, we're looking at about 2.8. So we're just about maxed out. They claim they want between 2 and 2.8 as far as thousandths. So that would be 0.002 to 0.0028. So we're right there, and it may be a little bit bigger when I get the hone job done on it. Right now I'm going to go over and I'm going to set the hone up, and I'll set the camera over there and let you take a look at that process too. All right, let me get this thing cleaned up. Okay, we've got her all cleaned up. Um, I'll do a quick measurement here, and it's just kind of what I suspected was by the time we get it honed out. Let's see, can you see that? We're about 2.9. Almost 3. 3. 2.8. 2.8. And 2.7. So what Suzuki says is maximum is 0.0028. So it's right on it. Maybe a little over in some aspects, but still, I think it'll be all right for what it is. It's easy enough to do if I need to do it. But I think I've run them a lot looser than that, and this one shouldn't even really make much rattle. Okay, the next thing we need to do here is to check the end gap on our rings, and we'll just put those in there and take the piston and just kind of push them down a little bit. And again, the book says, let's see, 6 thousandths to 14 thousandths, and I've already run through this, and I'm getting a drag on 12. Yep. May even be tight. I don't have an 11. It's probably closer to 11 on that one. And take the other one. And same thing. Good tight 12 on that one. So I'd say we're good on end gap. Okay, let's get you over here to the engine. Okay, I've already gotten, I've got the base gasket on, and what you got to check here is to make sure your oil passage is open where the gasket, you got a hole there. Make sure everything sets down. On these, the case gasket that goes through here, make sure that you trim those back to flush on both sides so you don't have anything sticking up. I'm going to go ahead and probably should have done that while I had you over here. I'm going to go ahead and put the rings on here. These are both the same, and you've got a taper. I believe they say it's 7 degrees here on top, so that goes up. The flat side goes down. Make sure you line your pin up with it. It's just easier to do now. Again, tapered side, flat side, than it is to put them on around the studs. There you go. Now let's get over here. toward the exhaust port. I've already got the keeper in this side, the C-clip. Put a little assembly lube in the rod and on the bearing. And we got a new pin. Assembly lube on the pin. Now, arrow toward the exhaust port. And there we go. Let me wipe some of this goodie off my fingers here. Move you over just a little so I can mess with this C-clip. They're always fun. You always want to make sure you cover this up down here. You know, the C-clip might go flying, but at least it isn't going to go in there. Get that in the groove and try to put your finger over as much of it as you can. There it goes. You want to rotate that up so that neither end is close to the little port there. On the rings, I'm just going to use some some 30 weight oil. Tell you what, this bottom ring is doing just fine. The top one, when you kind of squeeze it down, it's not wanting to go into the groove. There must be a burr there. Let me research that real quick and see what's going on with it. Okay, we had a little burr there, so it was just sticky. It would go in, but it was sticky. Now it's free as it ought to be. All right. Again, we're going to put some 30 weight oil. I put this in the ultrasonic cleaner after I honed it. Rinsed it first with solvent and then the ultrasonic cleaner to make sure we removed everything from the filings. And it's pretty tight. I think we're going to have good seal. There. Okay, I'm going to get the head ready and I'll get you back for that. I like to lap the cylinder head. Use a piece of glass underneath it and some 400 grit wet and dry paper with some soap and water. And you just use the weight of the head. Give it some circle 8s. And all we're looking for, we're not looking to make the whole thing shiny. We just want to look to make sure that we're getting shiny all the way around it. And looks like we are. Because actually the cylinder head is just a little bit raised in this area. We'll do just a little bit more. Okay, as you can see, the liner actually sticks up just a little bit. It catches on this Q-tip. I'd say it may be 8 or 10 thousandths maybe. Same all the way around. So that's what we're doing with the head, is we're just trying to make sure that there's no warpage. And we've got a nice shiny area all the way around, so everything should set down on there. I don't know what those, I think they're just sand pits from when it was cast. There's a few more right in here. All right, now we're going to clean our new head gasket. it should be. And the bolts, I'm going to prep them with a little bit of anti-seize. Just down into the start of it there a little bit. Alright, got them with a little coating on. We're set up there. The head. Get one started here. So kind of hold on to that. Maybe I'll put two in. We've got a lock washer and a flat washer on each. Just like that. Just snug them down, kind of collapse the washer, that's all I'm doing, the low lock washer. And a crisscross pattern. Now they call for 16 foot-pounds, 192 inch-pounds. That's what I'm going to do, but I'm going to run them up in increments. I'm going 90 first. And I guess maybe about 120. This way we just we try to keep any kind of distortion of the head down. And 160. And 192. There is a tolerance, I didn't write it down, but this is middle of the road. That's what I usually try to torque at. Okay, we're all tightened down. Sounds good. Everything as it should be. Okay, I guess we're getting pretty close to putting the engine in. I've got just a few little things to tidy up here before we do that, and that'll be it for this video. I've got a carburetor gasket and phenolic spacer, and I'll put that on, and then the carburetor will go on afterwards. But I think we're ready, so stay with me, and thanks for watching.